Hi and welcome to another yoga video. Today we're going to do a lovely kind of moon salutation inspired slow down. So this is perfect to practice in the evening, really lovely and grounding, a great way to begin to get yourself ready as like an evening routine to go to bed. So without further ado, we're actually going to start standing today and gradually work our way down. So I want you to find yourself in a wide leg position. So you kind of want your mat set up in this orientation for today's practice anyway. We're going to be moving side to side rather than backwards and forwards. So find your way to a comfortable wide leg position. Keep a bit of softness into the knees. Let the hands come to the hips. And from here we're going to slowly begin to fold the body forwards. So keep some softness into those knees. Have the feeling of the sit bones lifting behind you. And maybe release the arms if that feels okay. Now you can hold here in complete stillness, or you can see I've maybe just begun to take a little bit of a sway from side to side. But begin to become really in tune with your feet. Begin to tune into your breath. We're really working on that grounding energy, that feeling of connecting to the earth, that feeling of dropping out of that slightly heightened state of either anxiety or excitement that we spend a lot of the day in, which is kind of okay. But now as we begin to wind down, we really want to begin to settle and soften. Keep a bit more of a bend into the knees if that feels okay for your body. If you're looking for a little bit more of a stretch into the back of the legs, then you might just begin to play around with straightening them a little bit more. Arms can remain heavy like this, or we can bring the palms to the floor. You might bring the elbows down if you've got the space within the body. But we're not looking for this to be the deepest forward fold we've ever taken. Instead, we're really looking to begin to bring that energy, that breath down. Maybe find a little bit of a nod or a shake of the head as you move it around. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Taking 1 more full breath. And then letting your hands come to rest onto your thighs. Slowly bend into the knees and roll your body all the way back up to standing. And from here we'll roll the shoulders back and down. Beautiful. We're going to bring the feet in towards each other. Maybe just have a little of a wriggle into those hips. Take a moment to let all that blood come back down again if we're just feeling a little bit lightheaded. And then really plant your feet down towards the floor. Lift the toes and spread them nice and wide. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand, draw high. And then take a little flexion over to the side. Bring yourself all the way up. Swap it over. So again, reach high. And then take a little flexion over to the opposite side. Bring yourself all the way back up. Roll the arms down. Take a nice big roll through the shoulders. Take the feet wide again. This time heels are going to turn in, toes are going to turn out. Hands come to the heart, and we're going to begin to sit ourselves down to goddess pose. So knees begin to press out to the corners of your mat. We're really grounded into those feet. Feel every part of your foot pressing into the floor. And we might find a little bit of a wriggle from side to side here, maybe just noticing how the body feels. And really feel that kind of downward sinking, that downward pressure. Find your way to stillness. Reach the arms out towards our cactus. So bend into those elbows, squeeze them back. And then reach the arms high, straighten into the legs. Arms reach wide. We're going to turn the left foot towards the mat, end of the mat. Opposite toes turn in. Slide the arm over. So really reach into those fingertips. And then popping that left hand towards the inside of the thigh. Opposite arm reaches up. So that can be to the inside of the thigh, the knee, maybe the inside of the leg. Reach the arm up, finding Trikonasana, our triangle pose. Gaze comes to that top hand if that feels okay. Think length down both sides of the torso. Take one more nice deep breath. And slowly bringing yourself all the way back up. Soften into that left knee. Pop the hands down either side of your left foot. And we're going to bring the knee down towards the floor. So low lunge. As you inhale, reach those arms up high. Clasp the hands together. Press the palms towards the ceiling. And really draw the torso up. You might find you want to sink into the hips, in which case draw that weight a little further forwards. But keep some engagement in the glutes, in the tummy muscles as we reach those arms high. Take one more breath. Pop the hands down either side of that front foot. Tuck the back toes under, knee is going to lift. And we're going to walk the hands on the inside of the legs over towards your right foot, finding our low lunge Skandasana. So come up onto the tiptoes of your right foot, let the heels draw down as left toes draw towards the ceiling. Depending on your flexibility, we might be a little higher than this. If we've got the strength, the engagement for this time of day, we might let the fingertips lift and the hands come to the heart. Wherever we are, take one more breath. And pop the fingertips to the floor. Walk them all the way to center, and we're going to take that Skandasana to the opposite side. So again, coming up onto the tiptoes of the left foot. Right leg straightens, toes roll towards the ceiling. Fingertips can stay to the floor, or we can engage and let the hands lift to the heart. Don't worry if there's a little wobble, take one more breath. And then pop the fingertips to the floor. Walk the hands all the way back to center. We're going to pigeon toe the feet in, so they come a little closer. Heels turn in, toes turn out. Sit yourself down to your Malasana. So again, depending on your body, you might be on the tiptoes. Wherever you are, lift a little higher than where you're sinking into. So we squeeze into those glutes, chest lifts. Fingertips can be to the floor if you need that support. Take one more breath. And then fingertips come to the ground. Straighten the legs slightly, and we're going to turn towards the right end of our mat. Left knee comes to the floor, so we find our way to that low lunge. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up. Clasp the hands together, palms pressed towards the ceiling. Taking a nice deep breath in here. And then pop those fingertips down towards the floor. Tuck the back toes under. Turn the left foot out so that we can windmill the arms all the way up to standing, straightening that right leg. Slide the right fingertips towards the right end of the mat. Hand comes towards the inside of the leg as left arm lifts high, Trikonasana. Really reach into those fingertips, gaze turns towards that top hand. Take one more breath. And then slowly bringing yourself all the way back up to standing. Arms reach out, turn the toes so they face the long edge of your mat, and then heels turn in. Hands come to the heart, sit yourself down towards goddess pose. Again, find maybe a little bit of a wriggle here. Take one more breath. And then slowly reaching those arms high, Straighten the legs, arms come down, feet come back towards each other. Little wriggle into those shoulders, we'll take that flow one more time. Inhale to reach the arms up. This time take hold of the opposite wrist, so right wrist with the left hand, reach up high and take a little stretch over. Bring yourself back to center. Take that opposite arm, so reach up high. Length down both sides if you're lifting up and over something as you take your little flexion over to the side. Bring yourself all the way back to center. Arms float down. Again, legs come wide. Heels turn in, toes turn out, hands come to the heart. Sit yourself down towards your goddess pose. Again, think weight down into the feet. Can we maybe sink a little lower as we take this little squat here? Take one more breath. And then straightening the legs. Reach the arms out. Right toes turn towards the right end of the mat. Left toes turn in. Slide your arm all the way over to the right till the arm comes towards the inside of the leg and left arm sweeps towards the ceiling. Breathe here. Reach all the way back up towards our Trikonasana. Soften into that front knee. Windmill the hands down either side of the right foot so the left knee comes to the floor. Arms reach forwards and up. Reach them high. And this time we'll take cactus arms here. So bend into the elbows. Draw them down. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale to reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, pop the hands down either side of that front foot. Tuck the back toes under, knee lifts. And again, we'll walk the hands to the inside of the legs all the way over to that left foot, sinking the hips down. So again, come up onto the tiptoes of that left foot. Maybe this time we play around with becoming a little lighter into those fingertips. Maybe the hands come to the heart. Fingertips come to the floor. Soft into the knees as we walk those hands over towards the right foot. And we take our Skandasana on the opposite side. So again, think energy drawing down. Root into those feet and then maybe the hands come to the heart. Take one more breath. And then pop the fingertips down towards the floor. Walk the hands to center. Soften into the knees as the feet walk a little closer towards each other. And from here, knees bend, hips draw down, Malasana. Again, fingertips can stay to the floor or hands can come to the heart. Feet can be flat or we can be on the tiptoes. Take one more breath. And then fingertips to the floor, legs soften and straighten slightly as we turn the left toes towards the short end of the mat. Right knee steps back to find our low lunge. Inhale to reach the arms up. Again, exhale, bend into the elbows this time. Find your way to that cactus. And then inhale to reach the arms up. Pop the fingertips down towards the floor. Tuck the back toes under so the knee lifts. Right foot comes flat to the ground. Engage into the core as we reach the arms up and open. Left knee remains straight. Try not to lock it out as we slide those left fingertips towards the left foot. Arm pivots to come towards the inside of the leg. Right arm towards the ceiling. Gaze towards the top hand or fingertip or gaze down towards the toes if that feels better for your neck. Inhale to come all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands come to the heart, turn the toes towards the long edge of your mat and then heels turn in. Soften into the knees down to that final goddess pose. Draw that weight a little lower, tuck that belly in, take one more breath. And then inhale to reach those arms all the way up, straighten into the legs, float the arms down and bring your feet back towards each other. Clasp the hands together, let them rest onto the back of your head, tuck your chin in. Soften into your knees and we're going to take a nice slow roll all the way down towards the floor. So take your time to roll through the spine, bend into the knees enough for you to be able to begin to curl down through the body. And then as belly and thighs come towards each other, begin to drop the bottom. Maybe coming up onto the tiptoes. And then release the hands to the floor as you bring yourself all the way down to a seated position. Take the legs wide. Have a little wriggle into your hips. If you want to sit onto a cushion or a blanket, then by all means do. We're going to tuck the right leg in towards us. Draw the toes towards the ceiling. Fingertips rest in front of you. Sit the body up. And then we're going to take a little walk of the hands over towards that left foot. Maybe the left knee, but beginning to draw ourselves towards that left leg. Inhale to sit the body up. Exhale to take a little walk forwards of those hands. Don't worry about where we are in our forward fold. Begin to tune into your breath. As you inhale, become a little taller, become that spine a little bit longer. And as you exhale, we might take a little bit more of a walk of those fingertips down the outside of the leg. We'll take 2 more breaths here. By all means, close your eyes if that's feeling better for you. And then slowly walking your hands all the way back up towards you. From here we're going to take the legs in the opposite direction. So right leg straightens, left leg comes in. Again, fingertips come in front of that bent leg. Walk the hands forwards and then take a little walk of the arms over. So we're framing that right leg. Inhale to sit the body up. Exhale to take a little walk forwards of those hands. Have that feeling of glowing your sit bones down towards the floor. Keep some length into the spine. And as you exhale, we might find we walk those hands a little further forwards. But always listening to the body. I'll take 2 more breaths here. If you'd like to close your eyes, then by all means do. And then slowly walking your hands all the way back up. We're going to keep the right leg in that wide leg position, but take your left leg out to join it. So we're in our wide leg seated position. Pop the hands down either side of your hips and just take a little lift of the bottom and maybe just walk it back slightly. From here, fingertips are going to come to rest in front of you. Toes draw towards the ceiling if that feels okay in your knees. Inhale to sit the body up. And as you exhale, take a little walk forwards of your hands, letting them come to rest down onto the floor. Now we might not have moved very much at all, which is okay. Try and press the sit bones back down towards the floor. Try and keep some length in your spine. And as you exhale, maybe we walk those hands a little bit further forwards. Breathe into that space in the back of your body. If it's comfortable for you, maybe soften the forearms to the ground. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Taking that final long, soft breath. And then slowly walking those hands all the way back up towards you. Coming back up to upright. Hands guide the legs back towards each other. We're going to take a legs up the wall position for Shavasana. So if you need to scuttle off and find a wall, by all means do. If you don't have a wall that's accessible, it's all covered in furniture, etc., then you can take the option of just letting the legs come up into the air, or maybe taking Happy Baby. We're looking for a slight inversion with the legs. If you're coming to legs up the wall, bring your bottom as close to the wall as you can, so side of the hips. And as you lay yourself down, we have to take a sort of little shuffle and move round of the bottom, so that hopefully a little bit of the flesh of the bum is in contact with the wall. And from here, let your legs begin to rest up the wall. If you've got somebody nearby to help, or you're able to do it yourself, it's quite nice to pop a couple of eye pillows onto the soles of the feet. But when you've got there, let the arms rest to the side of you, or maybe onto the abdomen, maybe overhead, just whatever is comfortable. Let your eyes close. And let your breath begin to soften. If it works for you, you might attach a count to how long it takes for the inhale to enter the body, and how long it takes for the exhale to leave. It's quite a useful tool to settle the mind onto if it's wandering. And try to only focus on the breath. As and when other thoughts begin to creep into your mind, acknowledge them, but let them move on through. Notice the weight of your torso resting down to the ground. The rise and fall of your chest beginning to slow. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. If you know this is a pose you'd like to stay in for a lot longer, then just ignore me bringing you out of it and take your time to stay here. But if you're coming with me, we're taking 1 more breath. And we're going to slowly begin to find a little bit of movement. If the arms have been overhead, they might come back down to either side of you. Coming out of legs up the wall is about as elegant as coming in. So slowly begin to bend into the knees, so the feet walk down the wall a little bit. Hug the thighs onto the belly. And then take a roll to one side. Just being mindful of furniture and yourself. And slowly use the hands to bring yourself all the way up to a seated position. Find your way to a comfortable seat. Let your eyes close. Let one hand come to rest onto the heart and the other on top of it. Take a moment to tune into everything that's going on inside you. Notice any waves of emotion that begin to come in. Maybe just hold them there for a moment. Become aware of your sit bones really grounding down to the floor. That feeling of connection. And then let the hands come together in a prayer position. And from here we'll take a bow to close our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me again. It's an absolute pleasure to lead these sessions online. If you're not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and I will film some more bits and bobs for you soon. Thank you.